Trump's cuts to immigrant welfare will put over $50 billion back into Americans' pockets. By Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. A shocking new report shows that President Trump's ban on immigrants on welfare would save American taxpayers about $57.4 billion. Imagine what we could do for Americans at home with all that extra money. From Breitbart, President Trump's ban on allowing welfare-dependent legal immigrants to resettle permanently in the United States would likely save American taxpayers about $1,600 a year per immigrant. As Breitbart News reported, the Trump administration is set to roll out a plan in the next month that bars foreign nationals who need government welfare in order to live from resettling in the U.S. Such a ban on welfare importation through immigration has been eyed by the Trump White House since February. Such a plan would be a boon for American taxpayers who currently spend about $57.4 billion a year on paying for the welfare, crime, and schooling costs of the country's mass importation of 1.5 million new, mostly low-skilled legal immigrants every year. In the last decade, the U.S. has imported more than 10 million foreign nationals and is on track to import the same amount in the coming decade if legal immigration controls are not implemented. The National Academies of Science released a report 2 years ago noting that state and local American taxpayers are billed about $1,600 each year per immigrant to pay for their welfare, where immigrant households consume 33% more cash welfare than American citizen households. Wow. John Binder here, Harvard economist, U.S. operating world's largest anti-poverty program with immigration and making Americans pay for it. Decades of mass immigration to the U.S. is the world's largest anti-poverty program at the expense of the American workers and middle class, I would say. Trump seeking to end the public charge that mass legal immigration from mostly the poor and developing world would translate to an annual tax cut for American taxpayers. Illegal and legal immigrant headed households use nearly 60% more taxpayer-funded food stamps than households headed by native-born Americans, a study conducted by the Center for Immigration Studies, CIS, revealed in 2016. Harvard University economist George Borges says the country's decades of importation of more than 1.5 million legal immigrants every year is the world's largest anti-poverty program that comes at the expense of American citizens who are forced to subsidize the cost. Since 1965, we have admitted a lot of low-skilled immigrants, and one way to view that policy is that we were running basically the largest anti-poverty program in the world. That is actually not a bad thing at all, Borges said in an interview last year, except someone is going to have to pay the cost for that. Well, I don't think it's a good idea at all. I don't think it's a good idea. I think they shouldn't. If you need public assistance, what anti-poverty? By bringing more low-skilled people here that are needing of assistance, it's only taking down the country even further because it's costing so much money. Why would somebody want to do something like that? And then you're not giving enough to the people that are native born. I mean, really? How sick is that, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.